Okay folks, welcome back to the Sky Factory with me, SizerKoze. Yeah, in the last episode I managed to delete the commentary. Well, I didn't delete it, it just, for some reason, the audio file seems to have saved, and then it's just blank, so unfortunately we've had to start again. So yeah, the last episode probably a bit stoppy-starty, and we probably didn't cover everything that we got done, and probably left out a few things. So just to make sure that you're all well up to speed, let's just have a quick look at our kit. So you can see I'm wearing the Traveller's goggles, a Traveller's vest, iron leggings, and Traveller's boots at the moment. I also got some Traveller's gloves and put some redstone on them. And a rucksack, which basically gives you a bit more inventory space. I also made a thermal expansion reinforced satchel. So if you have a look in there, we've basically got another bunch of stuff in here. And I'm just using this to kind of carry around tools and things with me. You can see that from the mobs we've got some chance cube stuff, so I've just got that in my inventory, so when we're killing mobs I've got it handy. Got the hammer. Some of my tools that I use less often, like the mattock and stuff, go up here. Diamond chisel, I've been using that a lot. Yeah, and I made myself a diamond saw so I can make half blocks from everything. Really handy for glowstone slab, because glowstone at the moment is so hard to get. That being able to sort of chop it in half means it goes a lot further. So yeah, so what has been happening, my scythe is now super awesome. I got beheading on the scythe, which means it's now kind of my go-to weapon when I'm attacking mobs in the mob grinder, because it'll take out a whole bunch of them at once. You can probably see that there's a whole bunch of new torches being used, so I've really been going to town and chisel. And yeah, all my tools have been getting massive amounts of upgrades, so they're all alamite now, which we did in the last episode with the Tinker's Contract Smeltery. And yeah, at the end of the last episode I said I was going to just, go away off camera and basically move everything around a bit. And so that's exactly what we've been doing. So if I just spin around here, you can see that we've done quite a lot. So I've completely changed up the base, and I'll go in there in a minute and give you a heads up. But I've also added these outlying circles, or these outlying islands. So we've moved the tree farm over there. I've got an actual crop farm in that direction. And behind us, just off camera, is a mob spawning area for passive mobs, like, fluid cows essentially. So let's have a look at what we have been doing. So over in the mob grinder, you'll notice there are no mobs here. And that's because I've been changing things up a little bit. So we just pop down here. You'll see the mobs are now down at this level. So again, I can use my alamite scythe to kill them. And I've made sure this is completely safe. I apologise for the experience orb spam. Yeah, you get quite a lot of experience. And this might take a while. Wow. I don't know if anybody noticed in some of the earlier episodes, but I was doing a lot of mob grinding early on, and at one point I think I had something like 600 levels of experience just from messing around at the mob grinder. It was mainly not through actually using the mob grinder. It was more from just from trying to fix the mob grinder. Every time I broke it. Like I broke it like I don't know, a million times trying to get things working properly. And yeah, it just kind of meant that I ended up sort of inadvertently getting lots and lots of levels on things. So let's just finish faffing around. I'll just pick up some of this stuff and drop it in my rucksack just now, so you can kind of see how everything's working. Yeah, the advantage of this one is that actually mobs can still spawn now up above me while I'm down here. So this is kind of just prep work, because what I'm planning on doing is turning this mob grinder into an automated grinder. So this is the level where you come down if you're looking for experience. You just bring all your stuff down here, and you'll get experience, and the level above is going to be, I'm going to convert it into an automatic mob killing area. So I'll have a kind of a switch, and I'll just switch it, and then what I'm going to do is fit some irons or diamond spikes to the area above, so that yeah, I can basically just come down here to kill mobs when I want the experience, and if I don't want to actually just spend any time killing them, I can just head back up. So yeah, if I stay down here, I could be here for literally forever, killing mobs. It's just it's cathartic, just to stand here and line them all up and kill them all. So let's get out. So that will be the mob killing zone, and I'll make some kind of elevator system using the open block elevators. And then up here I'll have some kind of switch, and what will happen is that usually there'll just be iron spikes out here, and I'll suck up all of the mob drops into a vacuum hopper and put them into some kind of storage system, which will probably upgrade because this one is starting to fill up. I don't know whether we'll do it on camera or not, but possibly, it'll possibly be something. I kind of want to do new projects on camera, and fixing up old ones is something I'd rather do off camera. So let's have a look. We've got a couple of new heads here. I can't remember which one of these are new. But we've been getting insane numbers of heads off of these guys. So a lot of people have the default skin, or very similar to the default skin. So yeah, that's the mob spawner. Just give me a couple of seconds to finish tidying up, and then I'll get back to you. So yeah, the mob spawner, or grinder, whichever you want to call it, that's got to be upgraded. And we'll probably do it with some kind of storage system, but I'll wait for doing that until after we've finished our normal storage system. But what you will notice is that we've got loads and loads of loot bags, and I've been compressing them together into, you know, like the better versions. So we've actually got our first legendary bag. So I thought we'd open that on camera. So I've been saving that bag for so long in between episodes, just so I could open it on camera, and we could have a look and see what we've got. So yeah, it should be quite exciting. Let's just finish making all of these up. Okay, so yeah, not quite enough for another one, but let's just open up these worn out loot bags, which don't appear to be anything except for cake. I've got quite a lot of cake as it is. And yeah, let's get that legendary loot bag on the go. So yeah, this might have some awesome stuff, or it might have rubbish. Well, let's hope for some good stuff, huh? Diamond helmet, wow, and a copper orberry bush. Oh, these are pretty handy actually. That'll give us a constant supply of copper. Yeah, but I'm not that fussed about it. Let's just open the rest of these up while we're here. I want tons of cool stuff. A couple of epics, sushi, and an ender lily seed. Neither of those are particularly useful. We have kind of got a couple of iron leggings this time. Dimensional shard? I don't even know what that is. I suspect it's some way of opening up different dimensions. I wonder if it's a requirement. I have no idea, but it's quite possible that that stuff's going to be useful in the nearish future. And another one of those miniature hearts, of which I have about a bazillion. Snow, useless. Still haven't worked out how to use that. And some iron horse armor. Hopefully I can just smelt that down, because I don't have any horses. I don't think we need any horses. We're not doing that much traveling around. Is that all the loot bags? No. Come on. Don't know if that's any good. Buckets are always handy though. Lily pads I need for an achievement later. Seems to be kind of laggy whenever I open these things up. Yeah, nothing that interesting really. Some bits and pieces we might use. Botania fertilizer. I might use that. Let's see, does any of this go back? Doesn't look like it. I want sulfur though. Need that for making blazing pyrotheme. I can't say it. How do you spell it? Pyrotheum. Yeah, pyrotheum. So yeah, let's go. Let's just get on with the rest of the tour. Stop faffing about. So you can see my sort of modern style sky factory. This is the sky factory. So if we head in here, you can see that we've now got our crucibles in sort of 2 arrays. Both of them producing cobblestone. And the reason I was talking about pyrotheum is we've actually upgraded all of these. Let's just take a quick look. All of these crucibles. So you'll see they're at 5 times, except for there's one in the middle that will be 7 times. So that's because we've been using blazing pyrotheum as a fuel. So we picked up all the netherrack and yeah, we're now cooking them using pyrotheum, which speeds it up considerably. And now that we've got these 2 arrays, one on either side, I think there's 7 on either side, I've just got these gigantic tanks which fill up with lava. Let me switch that just now. Over here we've got a couple of crucibles. So we have the crucible, which is almost full for obsidian. So we've almost got a full stack of obsidian. And another one here which fills up with lava, and you can add either redstone or glowstone to it and you'll get endstone or netherrack. So you just pop either redstone or glowstone up here and it'll produce some of this, either one of these 2 down here. So that's that. We've been sort of upgrading things, so you can see we've got a hardened furnace, a hardened pulverizer, and a hardened smelter. And we've got hopper upgrades, I think, in all of them now, so they can all pull stuff out of chests. And there is one secondary reception coil, which currently is on the pulverizer, which means it's producing, you know, stuff at a much faster rate than previously. So right, let's get this stuff sorted out. And I'll come back to you once we've finished faffing. Okay, so yeah, I've just been cleaning out my inventory. I still got one thing to put away, typical. I'm just using this satchel just now to store stuff that I use for building often. So yeah, what else? Well, besides our original upgraded equipment, I also made myself an automatic sieve. And you basically put the dust in and it sieves for you. So instead of having to manually sieve like we were doing over there, I can now just pop stuff in here or put it in a chest and pump it into here. And this is like kind of like the first part in our automation process. We've also got an automatic hammerer, which I'm going to use to hammer down like the ore, gravel and sand and things into further amounts of ore, gravel and sand, dust and stuff. Okay, so this is all part of a much bigger ore processing setup that we're gonna have. I just wanted to get started. So they're fairly simple machines to build early on. So I just type in automatic, you'll see these 2 pop up, and the siev's just some Invar electrum gear and a nugget, unless you're going down the IO route, and you've got all of this stuff made up already. So we kind of had a lot of this stuff sitting around already, and the hammer is just the same. The only thing it really needed was an anvil, which meant I had to do quite a lot of grinding. And then I've also made a whole bunch of these speed upgrades, and these are actually not that easy to make, but I think one of the ingredients is blazing pyrotheum dust, so I've had to make up a ton of that just to get this many, but that actually makes the sieve really, really fast, like faster than I could do it by hand. So that makes it useful. It's really slow to begin with. So what we're going to be doing in the nearish future is setting up a whole ore automation system whereby we produce cobblestone, smash it up in pulverizers, and then send that stuff through the sieve, or through sieves, and make and set up some crafters to automatically craft things and then hammer them. It's going to be a fairly complex procedure, but and it'll use up a ton of power. So yeah, plenty of things happening there. Let's have a look at. Oh, we'll come back and have a look at the achievement stand. I'll probably forget, but we've got a ton of achievements done. That's all stuff I've been getting from mobs. You can see our resources. So this is all the stuff we've been getting from smashing up things. Some of this is from smashing up the netherrack that we're not using anymore, and a couple of extra bits of endstone that I've smashed up there too. We've just got a sort of tool chest here that's got a few bits and pieces in it. Our chests are really filling up though. You can see we've got tons and tons of ore now. From all that grinding I've been doing to get those bits and pieces done. So I think what we'll possibly do is, just to start with, we'll do some kind of storage drawers setup. Or we'll just have like everything going into these storage drawers so I can just quickly see where things are. And then in the future we'll switch to ME and do an ME system. But for just now, I think what we'll do is probably just line up some kind of storage drawer system, either in the center or in this corner, just so that everything's easy to see. So it's kind of like the Jabba barrels, except with these you can have like 4 blocks and you can have loads of these. So you can set it up depending on which things you have more of and so on and so forth. The smelter, I kind of finished setting this up the way I want it to be. So we've just got these 3 drains at the bottom which we can use for the casting tables here. One that goes into the basin which I can use for making buckets. And right at the back we've got 3 drains which go into 3 hardened portable tanks. These are fairly simple to make as well, and I've got quite a lot of these now. I love these tanks. To empty them you need to have your crescent hammer, and you basically just right click and it'll pour into the channel down at the bottom and then back into the drains, and then you'll see it inside the system. So we've got some blazing pyrotheum there, not quite a bucket's worth, because we're going to try and get that full back up. Oh, make sure you turn that back off before you fill it up, otherwise nothing will happen. So yeah, we've got some obsidian, some alamite, some blazing pyrotheum, and you can see how quickly our lava generator is working. I'm still letting this finish, so yeah, it's just pumping the last of the lava out now and filling these up, but we've actually got a full stack of obsidian. So we were using chisel and some obsidian bricks here to make these archways. The whole floor is kind of made up of cobblestone tiles and variations on that. Some glowstone that's also been chiseled. And the ceiling's made out of white stone with some highlights and some glowstone bits and pieces. I've also made some elevators. These are just wool surrounding an ender pearl, and they're really simple to use. You just stand on them, press jump, and you'll go up. So here we are on the roof. You can see my cobblestone generators over here. And again, we sped that up with some more world interaction upgrades just to increase the speed that the cobblestone's going out at. So now the cobblestone's going out faster, being produced faster than it can be sucked out. Because at one point we actually were using up far more cobblestone than we were able to produce. So yeah, it's worth keeping an eye on those things. And the speed upgrade just upgrades the speed that it's pumping out across these but they're not quite as useful. And you can see here we've got a Tinker's Construct smeltery that isn't quite finished. I just need to put a few more half slabs up here, which I'll probably forget about, so I probably should put a torch there until I do remember. And yeah, that's kind of like, I like the way it looks. If we come over here, it kind of will just stick out the top like a chimney, so I can make it as big as I want to, really. And then I'll just have this Tinker's Contract thing sticking out the top there. Right, I made a second level underneath, and this is kind of my sort of boring construction level. I'm not sure how quickly these will grow. I think they need to be like under a certain light level. Let's see if we can find some spaces that we can pop these into. I think 8 would work. I'll put it there. Yeah, I'll have to look around for some 8s. There we go. Those are just little bushes that produce. They grow and produce more stuff. So here's our magmatic dynamos. Yeah, I was really impressed with these in the last episode. We've actually upgraded these dynamos, so they're now producing like a maximum of 320 RF a tick. And to do that, you need to make these secondary transmission coils. And they're just, again, really simple to make the first ones. It's just a redstone transmission coil surrounded by copper and redstone. And the second ones, again, fairly simple, copper, silver, and glowstone and redstone. The next level up, I think, requires some resonant stuff, so we probably won't be making these. But now that we've got 4 of these producing power, we needed some bigger flux ducts, so we've started using hardened flux ducts. And again, we're still going in the hardened energy cell at the moment, but that'll be the next thing to get upgraded. We just need some destabilized redstone, and yeah, we've got a way of producing that. And yeah, you need to watch when you're walking that you don't step on those things. So, yeah. I was just talking about destabilized redstone. We've still got our oak barrels out here. And a food chest over here. As you can see, we've been... basically, we've been making some mobs spawn in this area. So we've got rocket fuel. I don't even know what that is. But it sounds good. And I've just been killing the sheep and the pigs and the chicken that's spawning here, because I'm just trying to get the fluid cows. So we've got molten nickel there now, liquefied emerald, primal mana, destabilized redstone. That's the one that I've been most interested in getting. Molten mana, molten pocophinium, blood, molten fairy. We had a few different other ones, but when I was expanding the platform I accidentally dropped them down. So you can see that we've got all of these tanks, and you just milk the cows using buckets, iron buckets. Milk the cows, and you end up getting tanks full of these different liquids. So we had a liquefacted coal at one point, fluid cow, but he's gone, fell off the side. Got nutrient distillation. Some of these things we might use if we used some of the like the creosote oil or the biofuel and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just kept that stuff there. This molten fairy is going to be useful for upgrading our weapons. I think we'll use it for the next weapon head upgrade on our tools. And we've got some other bits and pieces that's kind of cool as well. We even got mushroom soup at one point. Over on the tree farm side, it's not exciting. It's just a really, really small tree farm. And I upgraded the scythe to Silk Touch, so I can actually use this to gather leaves. The vein miner doesn't work on that, so I actually end up using the matic most of the time for doing this. And there we go. And yeah, because they're slimy, using the slime roads, we also end up getting a lot of slime that way. So let's just put down some more oak sapling. Like so. And yeah, again, the leaves, as usual, we're just using them to put into the dirt farm. So if I come around this side, we'll see we've got the dirt farm even, and I just made it into like a smaller setup area basically. Still produces dirt. We've just got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 barrels now, which means that we're doing a bit more than we were before. We've still got the mossy cobble farm. I can't remember if I showed you that previously, but you just pop down cobblestone and yeah, it gets turned into mossy cobble, which we use for our balls of moss. And if we come out here, we've got the farm. So you can see we've got carrots, we've got potatoes, we've got wheat, we've got pumpkins and melons, cocoa beans. We've got some apple trees over here, and some paper trees, some sugar cane, and we've also got some ender lily seeds and some cactus as well. So yeah, we're pretty much covered for the basics. The only sort of thing we need to do now is, I guess, go and have a look at the achievements list. Okay, let's have a look at the achievement list and see where we got to. So, we have made a field of grass 25 blocks away from the base for spawning animals. We have built a second layer to the island below the level you started from. We've made obsidian with a stone barrel. We've made a Tinker's Construct smelter array for processing ore. We've upgraded an existing Tinker's tool with a metal part. We've automated the cobble generator with a transfer node, and we're about to upgrade the mob farm to kill monsters automatically. Okay folks, I think that's all we've got time for in our Let's Play series, so thanks for stopping by and watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave me a like, and if you really liked it, then maybe you should subscribe to my channel for more episodes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Ta-ra!